You better believe that I hate the people that took this girl and raped her brutally. You better believe it. And it's more than anger, it's hatred. And I want society to hate him.
Why does Donald Trump believe the Central Park Five are guilty? Then and now. Since the onset of the transatlantic slave trade, African slaves and their descendants here in America have been depicted in media as savages, hypersexual beasts, prone to violence.
It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask, what made them do this? They must be taken off the street.
They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators. No conscience, no empathy. We can talk about why they ended up that way, but first we have to bring them to heel.
The Central Park Five are subjected to conviction in the court of public opinion.
We have predators on our streets that society has, in fact, in part because of its neglect, created. Again, it does not mean because we created them that we somehow forgive them or do not take them out of society.
The gruesome case whipped up an unbelievable hysteria throughout the city. The media ginning up fears with headlines about wolf packs and roving gangs and wilding.
Donald Trump took out full-page ads in 4 major newspapers calling for the death penalty to be reinstated. Trump wrote, "Criminals must be told that their civil liberties end when an attack on our safety begins."
Calling for the reinstatement of the death penalty, I always think that had this been the 1950s, we would have become modern-day Emmett Tills. They had published our names, our phone numbers, and our addresses in New York City's newspapers. And so what was happening was people began to call us at any time of day or night, threaten us with hate mail and things of that nature. So by Donald Trump taking out this ad, what I think is that he was really calling to see if there was somebody from the darker enclaves of society that would kick in our doors, drag us from our homes, and hang us from trees in Central Park. That's the kind of sick type of justice that they were looking for.
Donald Trump's ad, calling for New York State to bring back the death penalty, left an indelible impression upon the black community and its youth. Each of the Central Park Five were teenage boys between the ages of 14 and 16. But that didn't dissuade mainstream media from smearing them and convicting them, demonizing them for all the world to see, which is unfortunately a tactic that we know all too well.
They admitted they were guilty. The police doing the original investigation say they were guilty. The fact that case was settled with so much evidence against them is outrageous. The woman, so badly injured, will never be the same.
Shall the press be lawfully prohibited from publishing allegations or hearsay? Should details of a criminal lawsuit be broadcast in mainstream media? The damage done to the accused is often irreparable. The Central Park Five were awarded a $41 million settlement for being wrongfully accused and spending time in prison. Is there any accountability for the press for defamation, slander, and libel? The impressions of mainstream media upon regular everyday citizens, like Donald Trump, is made obvious by his and others' continued belief that despite DNA evidence exonerating the Central Park Five, they are somehow still guilty.